Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 14, Chapter 1, Rewards and Evolutions, Part 3. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura light novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The evolutionary ritual advances with such a feeling all the way through. Next to be called to the stage were the minions who were active in the maze. Gozu and Mezu were awarded a new set of gear. Gadra was officially appointed as the 60th levels class guardian, and the floor guardian Colossus statue was handed over to him. From now on, Beretta stepped down from his position as chief of the 10 lords of the labyrinth. In other words, Gadra has officially become one of the labyrinth lords. Gadra is very happy about this, and it seems that I was right to give this reward. All in all, it's been going well so far. So, let's get down to business. The 4 Dragon Kings, and Beretta who retired from the 10, are not my men, they belong to Ramirez, so they will be placed first. 90th levels of Floor Guardians. The 9-headed beast Kumara. Zijin, the Bug Emperor, the guardian of the 80th level of the hierarchy. Apido, the Bug Queen of the 79 levels, the guardians of the realm. Adelman, the Immortal King, the guardian of the 70 levels of the hierarchy. The 70-tiered front guard, the paladin of the dead Albert. At this point in the ritual, I feel like I no longer have to worry about anyone storming out. Still, it's better to come alone. First up is the 9-tailed Kumara. I gave her the title of Chimeric Lord. Thinking about it, she was still an enemy when I first met her. One never knows what kind of turnaround is hidden somewhere in the world. Kumara was manipulated by Clayman at the time, and Colonel Kansas, the culprit behind the phenomenon, has been knocked down, and her transformation now is something I am both happy and proud of. The reason why I put her in the labyrinth was also because Ronga told me that she was good at pioneering the forest and suggested that she be the class guardian of the 90th levels, so I gave permission. Without that suggestion, Kumara might still be a small fox to this day. Although I knew that she was a young beast of the powerful race, I never thought that she could reach the level of being called a labyrinth lord. They're the 8 sects of the 9-tailed Kumara. Actually, I have an impression of these 8 guys too. After a few days had passed since I first named Kumara, I took the opportunity to go over and check on her condition while walking. It was then that Kumara asked me to call out the names of these friends of hers. I was introduced to a group of monsters that looked very cute and young. However, that time it was just a matter of calling the name of the tail beast that the 9-tailed Kumara had told me once, so I easily agreed out of the idea of, it doesn't matter, does it? After all, the 8-tailed beasts introduced to me at that time were all high in fighting power to the point where they are now. Answer: yes. Strictly speaking it may be different, but a similar phenomenon to naming can be identified. As a result, the bond between the tail beasts and the individual named Kumara has been strengthened. In fact, it's the equivalent of 9 names that Kumara got from me. Forget it, it's no use thinking about what's done. I give the souls to Kumara. Just after giving, Kumara had successfully evolved and awakened. The 8 beasts in the back also returned to her with a glow. Next, Kumara turned into a state of 9 tails. Alas, the amount of magicules has certainly increased considerably. The present stage alone has surpassed the awakened Gabble. I didn't expect her to reach this level. But with such a drastic evolution, Kumara certainly couldn't be without any burden. As she was now, it looked like she was doing her best just to stay conscious. Go home and rest. Mostly, she would fall into a deep sleep like Ronga, taking advantage of the power that she had gained through habit. All in all, her growth makes one look forward to it. No, just now, she's already one of the most beautiful women in the world. The celebration continues. Next up were Zijin and Apido. Apido, your earlier fight was brilliant. That man, Minute, is said to be a powerful man among the Imperial soldiers. It's true that you're strong enough to fight someone like that. You can be proud. You're joking. I'm not even close. After losing all my compatriots, I was unable to draw with my opponent. No, nothing like that. I didn't get a complete victory this time. As a result, I don't think I'm eligible for the award. That's not what it says. However, if you will allow me to make my own wish, will you please board the souls of my compatriots who died in battle once more? What did you say? These guys, they definitely mistook me for the super duper guys who can do anything. How could anything like that be? Answer: it's possible. Can you do it? Not to mention me, the King of Wisdom is really superb. Got it. Then let the spirits board you. I am grateful. Apido looks happy now, and this should be the right thing to do. Then came Zijin. He deserves to be the strongest presence in the maze. If Zijin awakens again, it was estimated that even Diablo and the few of them couldn't beat this guy, and they were really a little worried. Although Zijin has the possibility of surpassing even me, as long as the food chain remains, my advantage will not be reversed. You're really something. Honestly, I didn't think you'd grow this far. It's all good to be guided by Lord Rimuru. No need to be modest. These are the results of your unrelenting efforts all along. Next, keep sharpening this power for me. Then I give you permission to call yourself the Mist Lord from this day forward. Yes, I'm awestruck, I'm glad. I give the souls to Zijin. Although he shuddered for a moment, Zijin immediately suppressed the torrent of power with his spirit. Zijin evolved into an extremely terrifying being. The Harvest Festival undoubtedly took place despite Zijin's reliance on will to force a suppression. As I suspected, the object of the blessing seems to be Apido alone. With admiration for these two, I told them they could return to the queue. Well, the maze group still has Adelman left of them. The results are unfortunate, but you fought well. Especially you, Albert. Your swordplay can only be described by the word wonderful. I'm ashamed to be. Adelman, you too. It seems that unknowingly, all the magic I imparted to you is now available. Your spirit of excellence is something I should learn from. How can that be? A man like me is not even remotely the tip of the iceberg of Lord Rimuru's wisdom. It's not me, it's the King of Wisdom. Well, I'm not going to correct him either. Don't be so modest. Adelman, I will give you greater strength. I expect you to turn failure into strength and grow even more. I, Adelman, would be willing to die for you, offering my powdered body and broken bones, if I were defeated in battle. Lord Rimuru, I am not like the rest of you, but am in defeat. Hearing Adelman say that, I got a general idea of what he was thinking. When all is said and done, I didn't expect much from Adelman in the first place. Even when Shinji and the others reached the 60th level, I thought for a moment that Adelman and the others would lose. And now, Adelman has long since grown far beyond my expectations. It was just that this time the opponent Krishna was too bad for them. So, Adelman's efforts were not too much. With that in mind, I gave him the souls. Although you are lamenting the lack of fruit of your labor, I have a very good opinion of you. Just use future work to justify my opinion. Yes, I, Adelman, will live up to your expectations. Well, I believe you. So, from today onwards you can use the name Gehenna Lord. Keep up the good work from now on and don't lose the name. Yes, as you wish. It's exhausting to speak with a sense of majesty. By the way, it's hard to think about these titles. I've been thinking about them all night long without sleeping. Beside Adelman, who was resisting sleep, Albert knelt. Behind them, there was the necromancer dragon that had shrunk its massive body into a ball. Both were blessed and there wasn't much time for me to slow down and talk to them. Albert, your sword skills are excellent. After seeing what you can do, I decided to award you this. Keep sharpening your sword skills in the future as well, and help Adelman well. Yes sir. Taking advantage of the moment when I said this, Shuna pushed the whole set of equipment over on the cart. It was then handed over to Albert. This is. You should be able to use it, right? Of course. I will definitely not disappoint Lord Rimuru. It was only after this that, with a light touch, the mythical grade equipment naturally wrapped itself around Albert's body, completely as if identifying with him as his master. Being freed of performance by the true owner of the mythical gear was far more than I had expected. Wearing mythic level gear, and Albert would become the equivalent of a flesh-bearing spiritual life form. In this way, it is true that Albert is the best fit. Adelman's pet dragon can't be forgotten either. The necromancer is working hard, so I'm going to give it a reward too. What to give bothered me a bit, but now the answer is there. A name. Answer. In this case, the individual named Adelman and the necromancer have become entangled. Then, rather than creating a soul corridor, it is recommended that it be named after the consumption of spirits. The King of Wisdom has come up with an unexpected scenario, and by the way, what would be the approximate level of consumption of the soul, if that were to happen? Answer. It takes 5,000. Should it be implemented? Yes, no. Yes. It's only 5,000 words, and it's much more reassuring to do so. You must also be rewarded. So as of today, you are Wenti the Gehennic Dragon King. The dramatic change happened at this very moment. The gigantic body of the Death Spirit Dragon, which exceeded 20 meters, kept getting smaller and smaller at a speed visible to the naked eye, and finally transformed into a beautiful woman in dark clothes. Oh beautiful, I wait for the most beloved god. To give blessings to the lowly me is much appreciated. Ahem, she can really speak fluently. And that's all I'm giving you as the name, The blessing is from Adelman's side. Oh, that's great. Wenti. Ah, Master. The Lord has not forsaken me. Yes, this is the gift of our faith, too. Yes, what a beautiful love of the Lord and slave. It feels like I'm being left on the sidelines, but it's still great. And just like that, the ritual of the maze group was over.